Hi, this is Zach Mayer with the weekend edition of the Bulletin Board Heroes here at Zach's Traders Cafe. It is Sunday, the 6th of July, starting off with the FTSE 100, which is slightly disappointing, getting stuck, I suppose, towards 88.40. Want to see an end of day close above that to give us 90.20 or 90.30 by the end of this month. On the downside, the 50-day line there at 87.10. If there's a rug pull, that would be the area we'd be expecting this market to go down to. We have had a double bounce at RSI 50 and the RSI at 57, so it is in the perfect position for a move to the upside. Next is the DAX, which has been toying with its 50-day line there at around 23,600 for quite some time. The good news is we're holding above the old March resistance, 23,500, and above RSI 50 as well at 52. So while it continues to be the case, we're still looking for this market to head as high as the top of the rising trend channel from the spring of last year as high as 25,000 as soon as the end of this month. The Dow obviously closed for Independence Day festivities, but just checking where it left on Thursday here, obviously the message is we've had a bit of a pre-Independence Day rally, which you tend to see, and just knocking on the door of the record highs there towards 45,100. Above that, looking for the top of the channel there, 47,600 by the end of next month, or even sooner. Ideally, that would happen by the end of this month, while we stay above 44,000, which was the March resistance on the way down. Market at the moment remains Bitcoin because it's all the treasury stocks related to it. We're at 108 at the moment and above the rising 50-day line, rising 200-day line as well. Want to see a definitive end of day close above the 110,000 zone, basically above that, looking for 125,000 by the end of next month or even sooner. RSI in the mid 50s, which is perfect, especially after the RSI 50 rebound that we had at the beginning of the month. Gold is next, and here still struggling to stay inside that rising March trend channel there and stay above the 50-day line around 33.20. While that is the case, we're looking for at least initial resistance, April resistance line there at 34.40, clearance of that, and we could be as high as 3800 by the end of next month, but there is some work to do there, and we can't rule out another rug pull towards 32.50, 32.30, RSI below neutral 50, so slightly concerning at the moment. Onto the stocks, and sticking with the gold theme, we've got Conroy, and here finally broken the 200-day line for the second time. End of day close above 4.5 pence, which has been basically 2025 resistance. We're looking for a target as high as 9.6 pence at the top of that broadening triangle there from July last year. Ideally, whatever happens now, we'll stay above the 50-day line at 3.4 pence. It's been a long time since we looked at Cloudbreak, and you can see perhaps why on the chart. Here we've got an initial target towards 0.28 pence, looking for that by the end of this month, especially after the rebound for the shares above the 50-day line there at 0.17, so above 0.17, looking for 0.28 on Cloudbreak by the end of this month. Looks as though Georgina's back in business, especially with regard to Friday. A bit of a wide-ranging day, but above the floor of the channel there at 7.3 pence. We're looking for up to 12.8 pence or 13 pence within that rising trend channel base from December by the end of next month. Hamak is next, and here the company's transformed itself with a big fundraise, and what is helpful here is that we've actually broken to new highs, breaking the previous target there around 1.4 pence. Above that, looking for up to 3 pence by the end of next month, which is basically the midpoint of that decline that we had back in April last year. On to IntelliAM, and here we've hit our target there around 101. Above that, we're looking for the shares to rather simply go back to the highs of last year, around the 119, 120 level, and to do so by the end of this month. Great step fashion ascent there for the shares, and looking for that to continue, at least to get a minimum move to the upside. We also had an unfilled gap to the upside in May, and shares following on that towards the 120 zone. This stage only back below recent resistance around 91 pence, really delaying the upside scenario. I haven't looked at Kodal for a long time, and you'll see why on the chart if I get the right chart up. And here, looking at a potential broadening triangle base rebound, All that's missing now, I suppose, is probably another end of day close or two above 0.3 pence, which is post June resistance. We've had a RSI push through neutral 50 as well, so hoping that we could at least get up to the 200-day line at 0.37, best case up to 0.47 by the end of next month. Ideally, we stay above 0.28, which has been late June resistance for the shares. Star of the show this week was Mkango, and here we've blown the doors off our previous target, 26 pence at the top of that rising trend channel. The upper parallel of that is at 35 pence, and we're looking for that well before the end of this month. In fact, we're probably looking for much more. You can see that the peak back in 2021, around 37 pence, and that could even happen in coming days. Stock which puts Mkango in the shade, actually, is metals exploration. Massive rally for the shares. Haven't covered this as much as I should have, perhaps. Upper parallel of that rising trend channel heading for 9.5 pence is actually up to 18 pence, and we're looking for that well before the end of this month. Quite a mover there, especially with the 400 million market cap. It's an elephant that is galloping at the moment. Onto Rockhopper, which is doing pretty well as well. Here you can see we've got that rising trend channel from November. Top of the channel there, heading for 70 pence. We're looking for that up while we're above recent resistance at 52 pence, and looking for that perhaps as soon as the end of this month. Well, the stocks of the year, which is remaining one of the stocks of the year, is Smarter Web. Here you saw a rebound, a bear trap rebound from below Thursday's support there at the 312 pence level. That looks like it's going to be key now. We want to see an end of day close above Thursday's peak at 342 to give us at least a retest of 375, which is what we saw on Wednesday. At the moment, we are actually teed up for a retest of the best levels, but obviously still a lot of work to do. Another Bitcoin treasury play is Vaultz Capital, and here fundraise at 15. The shares have shot up, which is always nice. Shares bounced off our previous target there at 13 pence. Above that, the next level up is 33 pence, which we're looking for by the end of this month or even sooner. Finishing off with WeCap, and here nice V-shaped rebound there, bouncing off the 50-day line and also bouncing off RSI 50. That suggests that we should at least be able to get up to the top of that channel there at 1.8 pence by the end of this month, even if the shares don't make any progress after that. We've got the 50 and 200-day lines both rising as well. That means we're in the run-up to a golden cross, which tends to be the strongest part of the cycle. That's it for me today. More updates during the week.